Hey there, my fellow pirates. So this morning I want to take a look at Zom for a potential long-term hold. But first and foremost, I want to thank you for taking your time to listen to this video. I truly appreciate it. If you like it, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, do all the same things, but leave me some feedback on what you'd like to see me to work on to improve the channel. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So I have Zom's chart pulled up for Friday with a couple indicators. This yellow line is your 200-day moving average, and this white line is your 15-day moving average. When the white line is above the yellow line, is signifying we are in bullish territory, and when it's below, we are in bearish territory. So as you can see, it pretty much followed the market down on Friday, and then it's starting to build some momentum moving back up. Based on my past with this, to be completely honest with everybody, I've been in and out of Zom quite a few times over the last year and a half, and I've made some money from it. I've lost some money from it, but it's always been a short-term play, so it's always been a day trade or a swing trade. But based on my past, I would have jumped into this for a swing trade, but I wanted to look at it as a long-term hold since the entire market is bleeding right now. So blowing up the chart to the 1-year look of it, you can see that over the last year, Zom has pretty much traded sideways, but kind of trended downwards before hitting this real low of 6 cents and then making a massive run up at the beginning of January, running up to 291 before starting its downward trend on the 1st. Now it's trending downwards with the rest of the market, so take it for what it is, but that's what it's doing. So who is Zom and what do they do? Zom is Zomedica Corporation, formerly Zomedica Pharmaceuticals Corporation. It's a development stage veterinary diagnostic and pharmaceutical company. The company is engaged in developing products for your companion animals, our pets, which are our dogs, cats, and horses, and focusing on the needs of clinical veterinarians. Basically, they are making diagnostic machines and tests for veterinarians to use in their office to get instant results without having to send the test off to a lab. Now, when I'm looking up a company to actually invest in instead of doing a swing trade, I like to do things like look up their address to see where they work. So this is their address. This is the building they work out of. They're in Suite 125. Now, granted, we all know that Zom is a real company and they really exist and doing all that, but it's still one of the check boxes that I like to check off as I'm looking into the company. Going back to this Webull desktop. Now, if you like this Webull desktop where it gives you the options, the chart, the news, financials, all this information in one spot, I have my affiliate link down below, and if you use it, we both get free stocks. That's my shameless plug for the video. But going back to them, they also give you the link to their corporate website. Now, this is their corporate website. It gives you everything that you would think a corporate website should give you. It gives you an About tab. Here's their latest and greatest product, which is also their only product, because they've been in just the developmental stage up until now. And then any news releases, the investors section, and then the contact. They also like to put their news on their main page. So their performance so far is they have zero revenue because they have been just in development making this Trueforma system. In their pipeline though, they also have, in addition to this Trueforma, they have the ZM020, which is a urine and fecal testing, and ZM017, which is a cancer liquid biopsy platform. So they got a couple things going for it. And then they've also got this Trueforma system, which is going to market on the 30th. And it's designed to be a desktop-based system that, it's testing for adrenal and thyroid diseases. Some important things to note about this launch, though, is remember this is only geared towards veterinarians to use in their office. It's not a nationwide launch. When I looked it up, I believe it's only in 5 different places within the nation that it's launching, and I could not find a price point. They're 3 weeks out from the launch and no price point to be found, so I wasn't able to determine if it's cheaper to in the long run to invest in this or for veterinarians to keep sending the test off to labs for them to get tested. But anyways, this Trueforma system, it tests for the thyroid and adrenal diseases, and then this is the assays that they test for. It uses bulk wave technology for the testing, which I watched the video that they put out on the bulk wave technology. And from my understanding of it, it uses different acoustic waves to pull down different proteins as the sample moves through the cartridge while it's in the machine, and that's how it determines what's in the sample. I'm no expert in it. It seems really cool. It sounds like it works. It's supposed to be, the latest and greatest thing. But I'm not sure. The video is really convincing, though. Now, what I do excel in, though, is research. So I did look up this thyroid and adrenal diseases for dogs and cats, and I found a website from, veterinary pet insurance put out. And for dogs and cats, neither one of those made the top 10 for dogs. And excessive thyroid hormone disease made it for cats at number 5. Now, that neither one of those is particularly life-threatening in and of itself, but I did do some research on this excessive thyroid hormone, and I found out that there are anti-thyroid drugs, and pretty much the vets can diagnose it just based off of what the owners say and how the cat looks, and then they send the test off for just confirmation. One real ugly thing that I have to point out about this, I'm probably going to get some flack for it, but as an investor, it is something that you need to look at, is that this thyroid issue isn't diagnosed until usually the cats are around 13 years old, and they can live for 3 to 5 years with it. The average lifespan for an indoor cat is 10 to 15 years. So by the time a cat's already diagnosed with it, they are at the end of their life cycle, which I know it's ugly, but it is something that I just kind of lived through with our dog that just passed. She was pretty old, and there was some stuff that we wanted to have the vet do for her, but the vet didn't really want to do because of her age. It would be too hard on her body. So you kind of got to look at it like that. Like, yes, it's ugly to look at it. Like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be treated because they're old animals, but can their body withstand a treatment for it? So take it for what it is. Now, one of the things you got to look at with this technology too is any competition out there. Their website kind of sells it as this is the only thing that does this for the testing, and nobody else does anything similar or anything like that. They had me convinced. I looked up some different testing stuff out there, and I found Zoetis, which has a whole slew of animal diagnostic machines. Now, I did know there was already diagnostic machines out there because my wife used to be a vet tech. But, I just wanted to see what kind of stuff that they have, and they do tests for thyroid and stuff like that. And then there was also the Siemens machine. The Siemens machine was pretty cool, though, because it does human and animal samples, which I don't know why a vet would need that, but, it does it. Now, granted, this machine does not use the bulk wave technology like the Trueforma does, but these machines are already out there and already out in the market. They're tried and tested. The vets already know them and stuff like that. So Trueforma basically has going for it that it's a new technology, and it does get the results in about 18 minutes as opposed to a day. So there is that. Now, the Trueforma system is marketed towards veterinarians because that's who's going to be using it. And as of 2018, there was 113,000 veterinarians in the U.S., which kind of seems like a small market for a company that was trading at 6 cents, 5 months ago, to be thinking that they're going to make this big run up and to make a big long-term play. As an investor, for me, I just don't see the kind of growth opportunity that I would like to see with that. So while so far my research has kind of left me leaning no in a gray area, there are some stuff that is going for the system. It is new technology. They're claiming it's the gold standard, which, if that bulk wave technology is as cool as the video made it sound like, then yeah, it would be the gold standard. but there's still some questionable things. I finally did get pushed to the no side by some red flags that I found. One of the red flags that I found was the amount of public offerings they have. So you can see that they had a public offering in February, they had one in July, another one in May, April, February of 2020, and then March of 2019 and November of 2018. And it kind of seems like anytime the company gets low on capital, they just make up shares and they offer it to the public for sale. So their shares, it's really diluted already getting into it. Another issue for myself was this pipeline. So you got the Trueforma system here, which we've seen pictures of it. You know, they have a video out on it. This ZM020, the urine and fecal testing, and this ZM017, this cancer liquid biopsy, I don't know if these are different platforms like systems or if these are just tests that this Trueforma is going to be able to run. This cancer biopsy one is supposedly in the same, part that this Trueforma is. So you would think you'd be able to find more information on it, but I was not able to find anything else about it. And the third red flag to me was the market share for the company. So they're focusing on your companion animals health market, which is a $10 billion industry when I looked it up. But they're going up against some giants like Siemens and stuff like that. So how much of this $10 billion can they really take with this one machine? And then how much profit can they really turn with all their operating costs? And then the last red flag I found was their market cap. So in December of 2020, they had $130 million market cap, but currently their market cap is $1.69 billion, and they have 947 million shares. Now, I could not find any real reason that the market cap would have rose that much. They are launching that Trueforma system, but I don't think it would justify that kind of jump. If you know why, leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to know for myself, but I don't know. One of the good things they do have going for them, though, is they do have some top institutional investors here. So they've got Vanguard, they've got BlackRock, Citadel, which we all love to hate because of AMC and GameStop and stuff, and then Morgan Stanley. But these were all reported on December 30th of 2020, which if we go back to the stock price back then, you will see that they pretty much picked it up when it was below 20 cents. So their risk reward is a lot better with picking it up for sub 20 cents than ours would be at picking it up at 178 or whatever it is when the market opens. I just think that the fall with the correction, I don't see any real level of support till about 98 cents, and if it falls past that, we're falling into the 20s and then potentially all the way back down to 6 cents. So my personal opinion on this one is I'm going to pass on the long-term hold. I don't see this company being able to get that big of a market share, and I don't see the justification for the risk reward, and I know that's counter to what most people are saying to jump on it, and this is going to be a $5 or $6 stock by the end of this month, but I don't see it. I don't see that machine having that big of an impact on the industry. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think.